Central America and South America are full of countries that the United States government, in partnership with the corporations that own it, over the course of decades have destabilized, corrupted, and caused chaos in, enough to inspire its citizens to flee north for a better life. That's why they are immigrating north. That's why there is a border crisis. I'm going to go down the list of countries, one by one, video by video, and I'm going to start with El Salvador. Back in the day, early 20th century, the United States looked at El Salvador and thought, what a quaint little country. We should turn it into our personal plantation. Enter the era of coffee and cotton, cash crops that filled American pockets while Salvadorian peasants got the privilege of starvation wages. Companies like General Foods and Procter & Gamble waltzed in, lured by the siren song of cheap labor and non-existent regulations. They set up shop, and suddenly, El Salvador wasn't a country. It was a corporate campus with no air conditioning and lots of barbed wire. In 1932, Salvadorians got sick of being treated like expendable equipment and rose up, like one should. The government responded with La Matanza, a massacre that killed 30,000 indigenous and working-class people in a week. And the U.S.? Well, we offered them a pat on the back and a couple extra barrels of oil. Why? Because, hey, nothing says freedom like crushing it before it grows, right? By the 1980s, El Salvador was a Cold War carnival, and the United States were the ringmasters. We funneled $1 million a day to fund right-wing death squads in the name of democracy. You know, the kind of democracy where you elect your leaders just in time for them to be assassinated by someone we trained. Meanwhile, the corporate vultures circled. Esso, aka ExxonMobil, sipping profits while locals drank polluted water. Kimberly-Clark, making toilet paper from the same forests they helped clear-cut. Westinghouse, electrifying the cities while the countryside got burned to the ground. Texas Instruments, paying cents on the dollar for microchips assembled by hands that couldn't even afford electricity. We claimed we were fighting communism, but weren't we really just fighting fair wages? And you'd think after all that murder and mayhem we'd give El Salvador a break, but no. Now we're back. This time with headsets, hashtags, and hocus-pocus economics. First, we dollarized their economy in 2001 because nothing screams sovereignty like giving your monetary policy to another country. Then came Bitcoin. President Nayib Bukele, a tech bro with dictator dreams and a ring light, decided to make it legal tender, for innovation. Except it mostly benefited crypto speculators and gave cover to Tether, a shady stablecoin firm that couldn't get licensed in the United States, but suddenly found El Salvador more than willing to hand over the keys. And now, drumroll please, we've got the CCOT mega prison, the largest in Latin America, the newest theme park in the authoritarian amusement park. This concrete catacomb was built to house 40,000 suspected gang members, many of whom haven't even been charged with a crime. It's a dystopian Disneyland. No trials, no lawyers, no visits, no sunlight. Just 80 bunk beds, 2 toilets, and a camera in every corner. And guess what? The United States is helping them fill it right now. If you haven't heard, maybe it's time to pull your head out of the sand because the U.S. has started deporting people from America into that prison in El Salvador, and some of these people haven't even been convicted or charged with a crime. Some of them have never even been to El Salvador, some of them born in the United States. We export justice the same way we export junk food. No nutrients, no accountability, and a long history of causing societal decay. It's not going to feel good to hear this, but it needs to be said. All of it. Every bullet, baton, and Bitcoin billboard is powered by our consumer demand. We wanted cheap t-shirts. Well, we got them. Sewn by hands that can't afford the cotton. We wanted fast delivery, and we got it. Packaged by folks in call centers working 12-hour shifts for the price of your morning latte. We wanted that $1 banana, that $3 tank top, that 99-cent toothbrush, and we got it. We voted for sweatshops, dictatorships, and mega prisons with our wallets. We didn't ask questions. We just wanted a discount. We built an empire on impulse buys, and El Salvador got the bill. So the next time someone says, why don't Salvadorians stay in their own country? It's because we turned it into a goddamn crypto-powered, sweatshop-staffed, militarized mega-prison theme park for U.S. investors and corporate greed. They're not running from their country. They're running from the consequences of our purchases. Buy less. Consume less. Think about the people who suffer because of the mindless things that we all do. I'm not innocent.
We'd like to take the time during this commercial break to remind you that the politicians in the United States government do not give a fuck about you. This ain't a country, it's a company. I like the commercial. This ain't a country, it's a company. This ain't a country, it's a company. I like the commercial. This ain't a country, it's a company. Wake up, but don't get woke unless you want a boot on your throat. Best get to licking, best get to earning, best get to spending, best get to suppressing everything feminine. Mindless consumption, filling our faces with artificially flavored dopamine replacers.
Mindless consumption, filling our faces with artificially flavored dopamine replacers. Mindless consumption, filling our faces with artificially flavored dopamine replacers.